Why should I retain Brotman Law to represent me in my criminal tax matter? When you go through a criminal tax case, there are a lot of different phases. Criminal tax cases are marathons and not sprints. As I've said in previous videos, they can be multi-year investigations. They're a huge commitment, they're a huge threat, and because of the success rate of the U.S. Attorney's Office and their 90% conviction rate, you have to be on guard. They don't take criminal investigations on the IRS's side unless they think they're going to be successful in a conviction. And the biggest problem for clients, it's not just the jail time. The criminal investigative process can take so much out of a client. There are so many other negative effects between the impact that it has on a client's family and on their children, between the impact that it has on a client's business and their professional relationships. And all those things are potentially at risk even if there is an ultimate exoneration in the case. So from our end, our firm really has a lot of experience in dealing with these types of cases. We know tax. We know tax on the civil side, we know it in all phases of the civil side, and we know it in all phases of the criminal side. And so when we take on a matter, when the client decides and when we decide it's in our best interest to move forward on a criminal case, there's a lot of strategy that goes in that process. There's a strategy in terms of how we're going to handle this from a legal perspective. There's a strategy involved in terms of how we're going to handle this from a resource perspective. And it's a fight. Make no mistake about it. These are the biggest stakes that we face in any one of our matters because there's a real possibility that at the end of the day, our client's going to end up in jail. And we take that very seriously. So we're going to do everything that we can on our end to mitigate any consequence. We're looking constantly for avenues to turn the case civil, to make it go away, to reduce things down to the lowest level possible. We're constantly throwing up roadblocks in the investigative process. We're constantly working with the U.S. attorneys and the agents to take the air out of their case. And we're fighting as hard as we can on behalf of our clients. I think it's our tenacity that really separates us as a firm because we have the experience in going through these cases. We can empathize with our clients and we fight on their behalf because it's personal to us. So that's the thing I think that really separates us. What I would invite you to do is, if you're watching this and you want to know more, come sit down and talk with us. Come meet me, come meet our senior team, come lay out the facts of your case, and let's figure out if it's a good fit. If it's not a good fit, I promise you we're not going to take the case. But what I can say is, if we get a sense of what the conduct is, we get a sense of what the risks are, and we can develop a strategy to help mitigate those risks, and I promise you that whether or not you make the decision to retain us, you're going to be better served by walking out of our office. If you're not better served by sitting down with us, then I haven't done my job as an attorney, and I don't tolerate that. So I think those are all the reasons why I think we make the best criminal tax team and why you should think about retaining us as a firm.